Hey, what's up there, Tour 904? It is now day 10 of the Big Red van build. Listen, I wanted to give a big shout out to my boy Anthony out there. He drives a Transit that he's converted a couple years back. So I lean on him a lot. He gives me a lot of good advice on where to find some of the products and where to find some of this information that goes into my build. But he actually mentioned to me, and I didn't think about it, but I've said it in a couple things. Obviously, if you like the videos, hit the like button. If you're interested in watching the van in the build, hit the subscribe button. And this thing's going on at a pretty rapid clip. I'm trying to get this thing, I've said before, 0 to 60 days to get this van completely built. And we're in day 10 now. So hit the bell on your subscribe button, and it'll let you know every day that I put up a new video. You can watch this thing literally go from 0 to 60. So anyways, on to today. If you watched the last video, Grace and I put in the insulation subfloor and this vinyl floor, but it looked pretty ragged and unkept here on the end, because you could see the insulation and the edge of the plywood and everything else. So I went out and got some. Mine just worked out perfectly the way I insulated mine with the 3/4 inch marine plywood and the really thin vinyl. It ended up being exactly 1.5 inches. So I was able to go out and get 1.5 inch angle aluminum to go here. I already put this piece on. I'm going to show you over on the other side how to put a piece on, but it's really not that difficult. You basically just cut it to length, and then I used stainless steel screws. You definitely want to use stainless steel. I mean, it costs just a little bit more, but I mean, with these doors opening and rain getting in here and everything else, you don't want these screws to rust. It just wouldn't be pretty, and it's really not worth it. I mean, the cost between stainless steel and just regular is really not that big a deal. Another thing I did was I used a countersink. You can get these. This one's made by Dewalt, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy it. But I'm using number 6 screws. So I got a number 6 countersink here, and you can actually raise and lower the countersink part depending on how deep you want the lead screw to go. So that's what I use. What that does is that allows the head of this screw to come down and be as flush as possible with this outer surface here. But I thought it came out really nice. A couple things if you're building on a ProMaster is in the corners here and here, it is actually raised a little bit. There's like a bevel along there. I guess it's the actual seam where they put the metal together. So I had to cut a 45-degree angle here and here to get this thing to slip down. Another thing I had to do, which you may not, and I didn't think about it at the time, my plywood came all the way up to these black, basically I don't know what they're called, adjustment levels for the door. I had 2 options. 1, try to cut a notch out of this aluminum, which I thought would be very difficult, or 2, I took both of these off, trimmed just maybe 1/4 inch off of both of them, and placed them back in, and the metal's able to slide all the way down. I think it looks a lot nicer and a lot cleaner that way, and it shouldn't affect the door any at all, because the door doesn't come back all the way back here anyway. So anyways, go around to the other side and I'll show you how I install it. Okay guys, we're back over here to the other side of the van, and this will give you a good idea of what I was talking about, how it just really doesn't look very clean. You've got the vinyl floor here, you've got the plywood insulation, and then the metal floor of the van. And then also this, because it's a floating floor, I do have it secured in a few spots around on the edges where I put the D-rings back in. But to help hold this piece down, you can see right here, just from stepping off a couple times before putting this threshold in, it's already starting to affect the edge. But anyways, we drop this aluminum plate angle iron down, and see how that looks really nice and clean. So basically it's pretty simple. I told you about the countersink. Just going to drill a hole on each end. So anyway, you can see it's pretty easy to do. I just put 2 screws on the end to hold it here. I'm going to come back and put a couple more in on the top here to hold it. But you can see it really does give it a really nice finish. But anyways, that's it for today. That's how you do your thresholds in a ProMaster. But stay tuned for more videos to come. Like I said, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in watching the big red van, subscribe. And then if you're really interested in keeping track of a day-to-day progress, hit the bell and it'll notify you every time I put one of these videos together. So keep in touch. 0 to 60. Hey guys, just a quick update. I know we're talking about the thresholds. By the way, let me know in the comment section what you think about the thresholds. And if you watched my video on upgrading my speakers, you know, in that video I did rear speakers. Well, I didn't have anything to mount these things to until I got the floor in, so I had some scrap wood. So day after I got done with the thresholds, I was able to cut out some inserts to go in these back doors to mount the rear speakers into. So just want to give a little quick update on that. Let me know what you think about the speakers, and let me know what you think about the thresholds in the comment section. Thanks, and we'll see you again.